Hey guys, special edition of the Running Journey. We are live in Chicago. The Chicago Marathon happens tomorrow. 2024 Chicago Marathon happens tomorrow. I'm in Chicago. Ryan Bram, my guest with me today, is also here.
Yes, sir.
Ryan, you came with your family, you came with your wife. I think, who would you come with?
Came with my wife and one of her good friends and her husband. So it's my wife's second full marathon and our friend's first full marathon. So yeah, I know my wife Jess is really looking forward to the big day tomorrow, and Amanda's looking forward. She's getting excited. Well, there's a little bit
first marathon.
First marathon, right?
Yeah.
So she's obviously you have those nerves, but I think the lead up to it, we did a little shakeout 5K today. So the nerves are kind of they'll be there, but I think it's more excitement now, right?
Tell me about the 5K shakeout. How did it go today?
Yeah, it was really good actually. Apparently, I did my second fastest 5K, but
But I mean, you didn't kind of care, did you? Or
no, I wasn't going for any time, but it was just good vibes and everything felt good. You convinced me to get some cheater shoes. So
Yeah.
we got the Vapor Flies. So
Did you wear them today?
I wore them today. Yeah,
How'd they feel?
Felt really good. Yeah, like they very comfortable. No blisters or anything yet. So it's hard to say, right? They say don't try anything new on race day, but something like that. I think.
Well, what do you normally wear for race day?
I think I had Brooks Max Ghost or something like that.
Okay, that's what you normally wear for your races?
That's what I wore for my first.
Oh yeah, this is only a second marathon.
Yeah.
Second marathon for Ryan.
Second full marathon. So
pretty excited. And your niece, it's her first marathon.
Or not niece, friend. Good friend.
Sorry.
So
first marathon.
Yeah, first marathon. So she's excited. I'm excited for her to experience. Like you say, there's nothing like your first marathon, right?
You never forget the first marathon. When I was talking to her yesterday, I was so pumped for her. I was like, oh my god, to go back and do your first marathon.
Oh, for sure.
I actually found some photos in my archive, like my mom's crazy forever ago archive, and I didn't even know these photos existed. It's me, my dad, and Graham's.
Yeah, because that was your first marathon.
Yeah,
you were 18 or so.
1999 or 2000, I think it was.
Yeah.
And I didn't know because back then you didn't have digital photos.
Yeah, no,
it was like a photo of a photo.
Yeah.
So it was like my mom took a photo of a photo and she sent it to me.
That's pretty special.
And we're on the lawn there at U of M at the track where the goal that like kind of next to where the Bomber Stadium is today.
Okay, yeah, I know. I think I ran a few like track meets back in the day there.
Yeah. Judes Manitoba and provincials and all
provincials,
that. Suburbans.
Yeah.
They were all
rings
there.
a bell. Rings a bell.
So Ryan, you're a Manitoban. You're currently living in St. Anne. We've talked about you on the show before. Why are you running the Chicago Marathon?
Honestly, I've just kind of been a goal of mine to run a major marathon. So we just we were in Mexico last year when we found out we got accepted. But
so you applied through the lottery?
Applied through the lottery. So me and my wife applied. We were just we'll give it a shot, and like I thought it would be pretty cool to experience something on this level, and just kind of give it a shot. I've always loved running, and the energy that the running gives, and not just mentally and physically, but just the goosebumps it gives you as you're even just running. So it's something that's been on my mind for a while. Like a marathon, I would never thought I would have done a full in the past. But
I'm just gonna check, make sure we're recording. Keep going.
For sure.
Everything's going good, yeah.
But it was just one of those things. Like let's try. And even today we were like, let's try and apply for the Berlin Marathon. So we're gonna try that, do that. And I think the goal is to eventually try all six. The 6 majors.
You put that in your mind now.
Yeah.
6
So
majors.
I know Boston might be a stretch right now, but that'd be the goal, the long-term goal, right? To kind of get a BQ one day. So.
Well, listen. You know my story. Anyone who's listening knows my story. 4 hours and 50. What was it? 4:58.
Okay. Yeah.
My first.
Not very far off mine because I was 5:03 on my first marathon.
Yeah. So we have that same story.
Yeah.
That was 3 years ago for me.
Okay. Yeah.
And
that's crazy.
I BQ'd 14 months after or something,
wow.
or 16 months after.
Yeah. So anything's possible. Right?
It's
even
definitely
like
doable.
Charlie says too, right? You, if you believe in kind of anything is really possible if you kind of put the work into it.
This isn't like people do this.
Oh yeah. Exactly.
People run People qualify for Boston. Regular people. This isn't like, let's go to the Olympics,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Which
exactly. No, for
maybe
sure.
we couldn't go. It's possible that if we put everything in our minds, we
for
could
sure.
go, right?
No, for sure. Because that's another level too,
Yeah,
right?
but
Like
this is doable.
Oh yeah, for sure.
If you want it.
Yeah, no, I think that would be a lot. Like, I would say long term. Because what was you said 18 months after that?
Yeah, I think it was like 14 months.
Okay, because you have a running coach too, correct?
Yeah, I hired a coach. I set it as an immediate goal.
Yeah,
It's a little different. So
yeah, for sure. So that'd be my next.
You have a lot of time. You're younger than me. You got tons of time. And
Yeah, for sure.
like if ever you set it as a kind of a life goal,
Yeah.
there are years where it gets way easier, right? But
Yeah, for sure.
the standards are getting lower
Oh,
every
yeah.
year, right? Like it's kind
But
of
it gives you something to push for and to strive
Yeah.
for too, right? Because it's like the prestige of the Boston Marathon, right? It's like, you've experienced it firsthand, right? So
it's unbelievable.
it's,
The Boston Marathon is. I will say I love the Boston Marathon, but it's kind of like the holy grail.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like the Chicago Expo.
Yeah.
I was telling you this yesterday.
Yeah.
Is I think bigger, nicer than the New York, than the Boston, than the Treeherne Marathon. It's a little bigger than the Treeherne Marathon.
I've heard good things about the Treeherne one too. Though.
Yeah,
So that's
Treeherne.
awesome.
Treeherne Marathon was good, but you think of like that race that had 40 finishers or something?
yeah.
I don't even know. 40, 50 finishers? I don't know. Maybe it's more.
Yeah.
But it's less than 100 for sure.
For sure.
And then you have, what are we going to have tomorrow?
I think it's
50,000?
over 50,000. I think maybe they capped it at 50, but I heard it's a record-setting attendance for the full marathon in Chicago. So.
Yeah, so I was speaking with, so I got in on a charity bid. For those that don't know, I got in on a charity bid. So I'm running, my team is Team to End 8.
Oh,
That's
okay.
the charity that I'm running for.
Nice.
So I guess the money that we raised goes towards that.
Oh, that's a good cause.
She told me a third of the runners here
Yeah.
are charity runners.
No way.
One
Oh,
third.
That's pretty amazing too. So if you think of 1/3 of 50.
Yeah, it's like 7. She told me 16, 17,000, something
No
like
way.
that. Yeah.
So that's a lot of good energy, right? So you're doing something
Yeah,
for
money's getting raised.
yeah.
raised.
Oh, for sure.
So you got in on the lottery. So this one, I think, of all the majors,
Yeah.
I mean, I've only done 3. This is only my 3rd one, but I can tell you the vibe is different here. I think
Yeah.
because it's less elite.
Yeah,
let's
yeah,
say
for
it's
sure.
more like anyone can run this,
Oh, yeah,
right?
for sure.
So I think it's more there's a camaraderie type
Oh
feel.
yeah,
It's
no,
less
for sure.
like
You can tell the energies in the city, right? Like
Yeah.
anywhere you walk, there's people are.
yeah.
This-
So I didn't feel that in New York.
Okay.
So to talk about the majors, like I didn't
That's
feel
more of elite.
Well, New
elite
York, I think also it's bigger.
Yeah.
And you don't, 50,000 people in New York
Oh yeah.
is not as much as 50,000 people in Chicago,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, for sure.
Like everywhere we go today, you see people wearing the purple jacket.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
see
for
people.
sure. Gotta
So-
get some,
But
marathon
Boston
swag.
was even worse because downtown, it's a smaller downtown.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Everyone was running the marathon that
Yeah.
weekend.
Oh,
So-
yeah, for sure.
But it's like palpable, the hype here in Chicago. So this is a major, this is big,
Yeah.
it's important. I'm glad to hear you say that you want to run all 6.
Yeah.
I want to run all 6. I want to do them sub 3. That's my goal. Sub
Yeah.
3 at all 6.
That'd be a pretty
So this is
amazing
my
goal.
3rd. I will not have a sub 3 yet.
Yeah.
I just had my coach with my call, Patrick.
Okay. Yeah.
By the way, I want to give a shout out to Patrick. I don't know, we kind of treat him as a character on the show.
Yeah.
My brother and I would treat him as a kind of fictitious character.
Yeah, I've heard about him a few times. So
But
it's,
he's real. He's good.
Yeah.
He's unbelievable for us. We sometimes joke about not telling him stuff.
Yeah,
But I got to tell this story.
Yeah, yeah.
So we had our call just today with Patrick, and Patrick goes, "You're not going to break 3 hours tomorrow, Rob. Just so you know that." And I was like, "I know." And where are you at mentally with that? So he's talking me through it
yeah,
and
for
talking
sure.
to me about my pacing. So he wants me to start at a 4-minute and 50-second per kilometer pace.
Okay.
Which is like a lot slower than,
Yeah,
than
I
what
thought you were anticipating.
yeah, way slower. But I'm at peace with it, and then if you're feeling good, because he says don't jeopardize your hip, blah
Yeah.
blah blah. So
No,
we had a
for
great call, and Patrick, you're awesome. So thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So sub 3 is not correct. But then he goes,
Yeah.
"Hey, I was listening to your podcast,
Yeah.
and do you have anything you want to tell me about your schedule?" And I was like, "Well, I told you about 777. I
Yeah.
told you about the Triathlon Worlds, which are next weekend. Like I told you about the 100 miler." He goes, "What about this 100 miler?" And I go, "I didn't tell you about the 100
Yeah,
miler." And I go, "No." Well, I said, "Well, Charlie told you about the 100 miler."
Yeah.
He goes, "Charlie did not tell me about the 100 miler." I was like, "Nobody mentioned
That's
the 100
hilarious.
miler?" So nobody mentioned the 100 miler. So
That'd be pretty
he
intense
was,
too.
yeah. So he was like, "You got to tell me about these races, Robin." And he was joking.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
joking.
Oh,
But
for sure.
so I told him today that
Yeah.
I'm doing 100 miles in December 7th.
No way.
What is that?
What is
7 weeks?
That's coming up quick.
Yeah, it's coming up quick.
So you got a lot on your plate too, right? With running and everything. And
Yeah.
It's inspirational for me to see, right? So like I love the race day energy, and maybe one day I would love to tackle an ultra myself. So it's kind of just planting the seed, right, in the brain. And
but you can do it. You can do it if you want to. Not everyone wants to run ultras.
Yeah,
you don't have to.
Oh, I think it would be cool, just because it's another level, right? So it's like, I want to try and do more marathons and kind of get my feet wet, and maybe the next step would be to hire a running coach, right? So,
I mean, if you're serious about it, like Patrick, I can't speak highly enough for Patrick, my coach, Patrick Peacock from Patrick Peacock Coaching, I think it is.
Okay,
he communicates with me every single day. He's quite affordable.
Yeah, for sure.
And
because I've heard good things about running coaches in general, like especially if you want to level up, right? You almost have to, right? I think
one is you keep yourself accountable to someone that cares.
Yeah.
So it's one thing for my brother and I to just be like, I did my run today, and he's like, nice
great
run
job,
today. Great job.
You give you some kudos on Strava.
But it's different to have someone that you're paying for to give you to know that you're accountable to that person. You got to run not for that person. You're running for yourself. But for me, it was a game changer because then I started understanding like why we run tempos, why we run fast finishes,
runs,
and then what percentage of our training is aerobic versus
for sure
anaerobic. What percentage is just more miles, less pace.
And
I just start learning, and it's so much so that I think I want to do my running coaching certification.
Oh, really? Yeah. Because you're passionate about in running in general, but to help other people too.
Yeah, and a lot of people are asking me for advice, and I know a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
But it'd be great to get the coaching certification just to know more.
And then you'll know more and be able to even offer more advice, but even it's not all about the money, obviously, but you can make a bit of money too.
I don't think
it's not for the money, but
but you're right. Plus, at least it would make me feel like the advice I'm giving is maybe good advice.
No, I've been listening to the podcast for a while, so I've even just on my runs, like I've taken what you guys say with not a great of salt, but it resonates, right? And I use that on some of my other runs, or kind of pushes me to try and get to where you guys are, right? So I think that's been maybe in the back of my mind too. Just the love of running and just trying to get better at it too, right? And I've always kind of just loved running in general, like the community, how it makes you feel. It's pretty special, right? And back in the day,
it's unbelievable.
It's when I started running, it was back in the day. My dad used to make us do a lot of dryland training.
Okay.
So he was
Dad was a hockey coach. Right?
Yeah, pretty strict hockey coach back in the day. So you always said off ice, will help your on ice, right? So
that was back in the day.
Back in the day,
not something people preach that much. Right?
Oh, for sure. It was a little bit, maybe not many people did it, right? So that's why we always had, high end. Hockey teams that he coached.
St. Anne,
St. Anne Aces, and then
Well, he coached. Did he also have like a high performance?
Yeah, he does. He still does some high performance coaching camps and stuff like that too. So it just even just running and the jogging and the sprints and stuff. That's where I kind of got used to running and a little bit shorter distances, but it just kind of planted the seed at that age, right? A younger age, just to. This is fun, it's at the time it might not be fun, but it's going to make you better in the long run, right? So.
Yeah, I don't think I enjoy. So I was a good runner in high school. And I would win cross country and stuff. But I don't think I enjoyed it. I enjoyed winning.
Yeah, for sure.
I liked winning at it, but I don't think I enjoyed training for it.
Oh yeah.
I remember my dad was like, "Hey, you got provincials coming up. You got to go run."
Oh yeah.
I was like, "Oh, I don't want to go run."
Well, for sure.
I didn't enjoy it. Now I enjoy it. Right?
More like a passion for it.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Back then it was I didn't understand and appreciate how special and valuable that time by yourself is. Right?
Oh, for sure. No, it's pretty special, right? And I think anyone that is a runner, everyone is a runner that runs, right? So it doesn't matter your pace or your goal. It's if you've ran half marathon, you're a runner, right? So and I met a guy today. He's just randomly talking at a restaurant today. He says you're running the race, against yourself. You're not racing against anyone else but yourself, right? So it kind of resonated with me, right? Because you want to try and do the best you can, and just it doesn't matter if you beat X amount, but it's still, like you said, it's still fun to win.
Yeah.
But
this is not like I'm not going to win the Chicago Marathon. You're not winning the Chicago Marathon. That's not happening.
Yeah.
So like we're obviously running for ourselves. And
for sure.
Remember, I don't know if you listened to the Greg Penner episode.
Yeah, I did listen.
It was a very good episode. Greg Penner, that was one of our best episodes.
It was right after his ultra.
Yeah, and he talked about how you should never compare yourself to others when it comes to
sure.
running, because it's your race. And once you start comparing yourself, and that's one of the things that I had a hard time with recently. Yeah, is like comparing my progress to others. And
it's hard, right? Because you see even people on Strava, right? Or it's human nature, I think, to when you see something, you might get discouraged, right? And then it can affect your maybe your mental thoughts and even mental health, right? So I thought that was great advice that Greg had there on that episode.
Ryan's actually one of our first fans. Back in the day, Charlie and I used to put out a podcast episode. We'd put it up and we'd get 0 listens, right? This is before we'd get thousands of listens like we do now, but back then we'd get 0 listens. And Ryan would like, hey, I love the podcast. And I always appreciate it. He was one of our first fans.
It was funny. I always appreciate the shoutouts too. I was like, oh, that's cool. They mentioned my name.
And now you're on the show. On the show.
It's
Ryan
an honor
Bram.
to be on the podcast. So it's lots of fun. It's been great seeing you at the expo too. And
it was
a lot of good
cool.
energy, right? So I could tell, and it's just been lots of fun to finally, we didn't just chat about life and in general, right? And
I'm going to ask you about your running journey, but maybe before, I'm going to talk to you about your running journey. Then afterwards, I want to talk about what we did this weekend, and I want to finish with what we're expecting for tomorrow and this race. I don't know how much have you studied the course, but we'll get that in a sec.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's talk about a bit about your running journey. I love hearing about journeys. Mine, I've been very open about mine. I've been very open about my problems with alcoholism and how I was a chaser of highs. I would chase highs, and running has become the high that I'm chasing now, and it's the dopamine rush that I'm getting. And,
for sure.
I started obese. I was a fat dude. I was out of shape, and for me, it was the mental clarity. My dad got cancer, got me running. Next thing you know, I'm running marathons. The next thing you know, Ironman and whatever. Where does the Ryan Bram running journey start?
I think it started, maybe my mid-teens or a little bit earlier than that. Running, like you said, track and field, cross country, stuff like that. I was doing pretty well back then. Like I'd win races. After school, focused on, like I played junior A for a little while. That's sidetracked, maybe a little bit, with drinking, with playing hockey too. Goes hand in hand, right? You have a game, you're drinking in the room with the boys after and stuff. But fast forward to my, I would say, late 20s to early 30s is when I did my first half marathon. It was after my sister got married in Florida, so a destination wedding. I let loose a bit more than I should have, maybe. Drank maybe 7 out of the 9 days. It was I knew at that point alcohol wasn't really serving me anymore. So I was like, I tackled the Manitoba Marathon with minimal training, not much. Just kind of, I think I finished 2 hours and 34 minutes.
The half,
right? So I was like, I thought that was very hard, right?
Were you still playing like competitive hockey? Seniors?
A little bit of senior, I think, at that time. Yeah, St. Anne Aces, right? So like, I was still.
Quick shout out. So Ryan Bram has played most of his career for the St. Anne Aces. They just win million championships all the time. Back when we would play you guys, though, we were better than you guys most of the day. I was not better hockey player than you, but you definitely were. I talking to Rob Tetrault today, who's on the trip here with me, and in my Jer voice, he's like, Ryan Bram's there, eh? Okay. Tell him he's got no skills at hockey.
That's hilarious. No, we always had that was the biggest rivalry we had, right? It was against the LeBrook Rehab. So
that was my team, LeBrook Rehab. Ryan was with the St. Anne Aces.
So it was
I didn't mean to interrupt your story.
Oh, no.
You were playing hockey still?
Yeah, I was still playing a bit of hockey, and like after that, after the wedding, actually, was my last drink of alcohol. So
really?
So it was just kind of like, it was.
Wait, is that the last time you drank?
Last time I drank was, I think it was just over 6 years now. So it was the May 22nd of whatever, 6 years ago.
The last time you drank was at your sister's wedding?
Yeah, sister's wedding. So I was just like, this, like, sure, I had fun, but it wasn't, the fun I have now with running and just, I have a beautiful young family at home is, everything I've ever dreamt of, right? So and being able to run and do, and what the journey I would say would be, basically, I love the way it makes me feel, and just kind of goes hand in hand with sobriety. I feel right. It's kind of like my therapy, and just I was tired of feeling like crap from being hungover from binge drinking all night, right? So it's kind of so my next half marathon, I shaved off maybe like 20 minutes or so, and like actually trained a bit. No drinking, right? So you get you feel 10 times better, right? So and then I'm sure you can attest to it as well with the sobriety journey, right? I can't say I miss it, right? Like it's I have a lot of people that do say like would you want to drink? If you want to drink again, same thing, but.
People say that to you? Are you gonna start drinking?
Yeah, like I get that question often. Like it doesn't really cross my mind, right? So, but for the running, like I just love how it makes me feel. And right now we're in Chicago now, and I'm looking forward to.
For the record, if ever you meet an alcoholic, a recovering alcoholic, and they tell you they quit drinking, don't ask them when they're gonna start drinking again. For the record, that's not a great question to ask.
Yeah, no, for sure, because it's I'm a pretty easygoing fellow, but it's just. And I'm at a good spot right now that that doesn't really faze me, right? So like in the earlier stages, for anyone that might be going through a tough time with it, it's the hardest part is the first few months, right? So I think but the running has just really helped solidify my sobriety and just kind of helped with the running journey. So it's been
I can't picture myself ever drinking again.
Yeah,
and it's not. I certainly don't think that I was the planet's worst drunk or anything.
No, for
I
sure.
just love where I'm at.
Yeah, you love yourself.
I love myself
more.
Yeah, and it's not about who I was when I drank, whatever. It's just about who I am now, and I prefer that person versus that person. Like I'm here this weekend in Chicago with 7 buddies. We came down in an RV, and none of those guys have quit drinking for sure. And I can tell you there's a lot of fun.
Oh yeah,
had,
for sure.
And I I'm happy for them. I'm
for
genuinely
sure.
happy for them. They're happy.
Yeah.
They know that I'm happy how I am in my skin.
No, for sure.
And like it's a great time. We're having a great
Oh yeah,
time.
and it's the good bonding time too, right? And for me, I actually, it doesn't bother me if you drink or don't drink, right? It's just one of those things like, and for I've made the decision and really love
it's for you.
Yeah, exactly. No, for sure.
And you just are happier with this person than that other person.
Yeah.
So why would you want to be the other person?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's
exactly.
how I see it. And maybe not every alcoholic sees it that way, but for me, I would rather be this person.
Yeah,
I like this person.
I agree. No, for sure. And even like wake up early, go for a run in the morning, but I guarantee we wouldn't be doing a long run after being at the bar all night.
Well, none of those guys are running.
Yeah.
Like none of those guys.
Yeah.
And I point over there because right now, this is where I'm at. I was at the Big Buck Hunter World Championships. I'm a player this weekend at the Big Buck Hunter World Championships. I just got eliminated. This is the 17th World Championships. Last year I finished 35th or 40th or something like that. This year I was ranked 41st going in. I'm gonna finish kind of in the 90th place or something, in 100th place. It's not a great turnout for me. Not a great performance today, but I had a good time. And all those guys lots of fun. But they're not running 10Ks or 5Ks this morning. That's for sure. That's for sure.
Oh, for sure. But it's fun to make those memories too, with like with your friends and family, right? To come down in the RV, let them let loose a bit, and it's
the RV for the road trip.
Oh yeah,
is so good.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So good. We came down 8 boys.
Yeah.
Like we switched their drivers on the way down. We're playing cars. We're playing, watching movies.
Kind of just the camaraderie, right?
It's like a hockey dressing room.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's slightly smaller and for 8 hours. Or 15 hours or whatever.
Oh, for sure. No, it's pretty amazing, right? So
it's cool. So more about your journey then. I just want to make sure I understand it. So you ran that marathon, you quit drinking, you ran another one.
Yeah, a bunch of half marathons, and then...
we're talking 5-6 years ago kind of thing?
Yeah, 5 or 6 years ago. So I slowly got better and better at it, and, kind of just really enjoyed, even just training for, half marathons, right? And trying to... My best half marathons, I think 155, but, would love
to... It's a good time.
Not bad, right? I'm proud of it, but I know I'm capable of more too, right? So it kind of keeps me pushing for more, right? So it's just loving the journey, the running journey, right? So,
Yeah, the running journey.
Yeah. No, it's
Brian,
been,
I need you to make sure you plug the name The Running Journey as many times as you can during this podcast, all right?
Yeah, exactly. No, it's been honestly, you couldn't have picked a better name for the podcast, but it's been like I got goosebumps just talking about it right now, right? And even just this morning too, like we went to the 5K.
The Shakeout, or
Yeah,
what do they call
I
it?
think it was like they call it the Abbott Chicago 5K or something
Okay.
like that. So there's 10,000 runners today, even, right? So you can tell, like,
Yeah.
and that's going to be multiplied times 5 tomorrow. So it's going to be, and the energy was pretty electric already today. So I'm excited to just kind of rock and roll and just to soak it all in too, right? Because it's a special experience to to run my first major and just to be here with my wife too in the city of Chicago, and we're just enjoying just kind of making memories together and excited for Amanda too, right?
It is exciting for them. As much as I love this weekend with the boys, I do love that
Yeah.
road trip with the family. Like
Oh, yeah.
I've done a lot of races with my wife and or my kids, so we travel and
Oh, yeah. Oh, for
those
sure.
are so fun.
Definitely, it's pretty special, right? So
Yeah, it's special for you guys. And like, I can't overstate this enough. This is different than
Oh, yeah.
any other marathon you're ever going to do.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
these
it's-
majors are like New York was to this day New York like it's the most
Yeah.
like there's just the experience of the New York Marathon
yeah.
for me was just something like it was crazy. And
Pretty
I think
amazing.
Chicago will be similar.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm looking forward to the experience, right?
What
So,
time is your start time tomorrow?
I think we're in Corral K tomorrow, so I think might be 8:15 maybe. So I know
Okay.
we're further back, but so I think we're supposed to be there. They say 2 hours before, so I'm thinking we'll probably get there a bit early, kind of
Okay.
enjoy the festivities before and stuff. They got the
Yeah.
DJs going and
Yeah.
everything else.
You're gonna go 2 hours before, eh?
I don't know. I almost felt it was a bit early. Like, what do you think?
Who's they? Who said that?
I listened to a few other running podcasts too, and I think it was Ali on the Run may have said it, and she just said they mentioned to go there 2 hours before, but that does seem like a lot of time.
So
but-
Charlie and I disagree on this. Charlie's
Yeah.
way more of a get early to
Oh,
the
yeah.
race kind of guy.
Yeah.
I'm more of a let's get our sleep, let's make sure we eat.
Oh, yeah,
That stuff's
for
more
sure.
valuable. And
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of sitting around and waiting
Yeah,
for
for
many
sure.
hours. But if Charlie were here, he'd be arguing with me
Yeah,
and he'd
yeah.
be saying, "Yeah, but Rob, you can't risk
being
missing
late
your
or
race,
getting
being
caught
late, or getting
into,
caught in a bad."
Yeah,
like,
yeah, well, for sure.
The thing with this is, at least for you,
Yeah.
if you get caught,
Yeah.
if you're late, you go to the next corral.
Yeah,
You go to
exactly.
the next corral,
Well,
you
for
go to the
sure.
next corral, and yes, it's not going to be the perfect speed for you.
Yeah, for sure.
But
Up
you're
to
going to be
off.
close. You'll have to pass people, but it's
Yeah.
not going to be the end of the world.
Yeah, for sure. We were pretty close by. I think I have to Google it, but we planning to walk there in the morning.
Yeah.
Maybe a light jog.
I don't
shake out,
think.
so-
I don't certainly wouldn't go 2 hours before,
Yeah.
but what do I
Yeah,
know?
maybe we won't. So thanks for making. I'll reevaluate.
Yeah, maybe reevaluate
the
that.
plan, because it's I like you said, it's no fun just waiting around too.
Yeah,
Kinda,
and I don't think it's good for performance.
No, for
I
sure.
don't know that.
Then you're
but-
on your feet, right?
Yeah,
You
you're
just
on your
kinda-
feet. You're cold. Well, you won't be
Oh,
cold
yeah.
tomorrow because it'll be like 10, 11
Yeah, I
at
think
the
it's
start.
supposed to be pretty decent weather.
Yeah. So let's talk about plan for today. Then obviously we're today's the day before the marathon, so you're gonna have your carb load meal, I would imagine, at some point.
Yeah, I think we're going to go get some pasta somewhere.
Yeah.
Shortly after this, I think, and
Yeah.
then get some carbs. It's been kind of carb loading a bit already, so
Yeah.
just kind of.
Drinking a lot of water today.
Yeah, this is Gatorade right now.
Okay,
So
awesome.
it's getting the electrolytes.
Yeah,
and
yeah. You
everything
gotta do
else.
that.
So it's just little things that I'm tinkering around with, because my first marathon I did a bit of it, but maybe not enough. I know we discussed it a bit at the expo. But,
Yeah, I would just drink a ton of water all
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
Your piss should be like clear.
Yeah, no,
Your
for
piss
sure.
should be clear all day today. Like you want to just drink water.
Yeah.
And then what I do, I mean, maybe this isn't right, but
Yeah.
what I do, what works for me is I stick to a similar meal that I would normally eat.
Yeah.
So something like chicken and pasta.
Okay, yeah.
And I don't deviate too much. I stick to what I normally eat, and I just have a little bit more pasta.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
a little
yeah.
bit more.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm full, and then I have a little bit more.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And
That's
then-
what I'm gonna try and do. I think, because I know Colin texted me. He's like, "Are you gonna have some deep dish pizza?" Like Colin laughed at me, And then he's like, maybe
Shout out to Colin Lafreniere.
Yeah, we wish you were here, brother.
Wish you were here, man.
I
We're
know
thinking of you.
Yeah, thinking about you, and love you lots. So
He was supposed to be in my RV. He
yeah.
was my training
Oh yeah,
partner.
that's what he was saying.
We were running like the same
Oh, yeah.
splits, and I was so, because we would have ran together.
Oh, for sure. That would have been a pretty special too,
Because
because it would have been
both aiming for sub 3.
Yeah.
Although I'm not going to be doing sub 3 now, so he would have been running by himself.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. But no, he's here in spirit. So.
Yeah, he's here in spirit. So you were saying, so Colin was telling you?
Yeah, he was saying like maybe save the deep dish pizza for after the race. So
Yeah,
you know, because
yeah.
I know the one podcast you had mentioned, I think Charlie had pizza and chicken or something.
Oh my God, yeah, and he felt terrible.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's you know, you want to feel good with what you feel with, right? So
Yeah.
it's
Stick to what you know.
yeah, for sure.
And then tomorrow you're gonna eat like what do you eat race
I
morning?
usually eat oatmeal, like
Oatmeal.
similar to what you
Perfect.
have.
You cannot screw that up.
Oatmeal, like a banana. You know, I
Yeah.
got some bananas at the grocery store today.
Yeah.
So then that's what I find, just kind of something like 2 or 3 hours before. Like you do yours 3 hours, you said?
Yeah, 3 hours.
So yeah, I
Three,
think
3.5.
you need to do four packets of oatmeal.
I try to get 4 in if I can.
I think I might try that. So I usually do maybe 2, but for a full, you need the.
But like stop when you're full
yeah,
in the morning.
that's good advice.
Like you don't want to be
Yeah.
like groggy.
Oh yeah, for
But
sure.
3 hours, 3.5 hours gives you a lot of time
Yeah,
to
for
digest.
sure.
Well, some people. For me, it's
It should be
fun.
good for me too. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's a learning experience for myself even, right? To only my second full marathon, so it's doing, even just listening to your podcast and even a little bit of research here and there too, right?
You're gonna drink water.
Yeah,
right?
Lots of water. Some electrolytes, liquid IV.
Yeah, and you're not gonna drink kind of an hour and a half before the race.
Yeah, that's typically what I try and do, because even for the half marathons, what I was drinking too close to the race. I had my first one 2 hours and 34 minutes or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Had to pee like a bunch of time throughout the race. It's
Yeah.
it's a learning experience, right?
Yeah.
So it's I wouldn't say I've mastered it by any means, but just little things that you take into the next race, right? And I'm hoping even for tomorrow's race, it will be something I can build on for the race after that, right? So it's exciting, and just really looking forward to the experience.
What do you know about the Chicago Marathon course?
Honestly, I don't know too much, like other than what I've heard people say about different areas. Like, I think Hallstatt is maybe an area, or no?
I don't know. Dude, I'm the worst
Yeah,
for these
yeah.
things. I show up to races and then Charlie fills me in on everything I need to know. Charlie's not here.
Yeah.
Maybe I should call Charlie tonight and give me an update on the course,
for sure.
Charlie.
Because honestly, like being in a city you're not familiar with, right? So I'm mostly probably follow the crowd maybe. I'm hoping to start maybe with the 4:30 pacer. Let's maybe shoot for 4:30, then just go from there.
What did you do in your first marathon?
That's what I started with.
5:03.
Yeah, 5:03, but
Yeah.
I started with the 4:30 pacer.
Okay, and
But
you
I
had a
was-
hard time.
But I got too confident, I think. I went up, kind of way up from the 4:30 pacer. So maybe I got too confident early on, and then kind of, like you said, maybe it wasn't bonking out, but just the first marathon wall, right?
Yeah, everyone hits it. Everyone hits it at mile 20, 19, 20, 21, somewhere around there. Every person that's ever run a marathon, their first marathon, their pace will slow down, their legs will give out, they'll wonder what's going on,
yeah.
how come I can't keep going, they can't go, and their heart rate's up,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden they're doing a minute slower per mile, 2
Oh,
minutes,
yeah.
they're walking.
Oh, for sure. And
Walking
that's what
a
happened. Right?
ton.
So it's
Happened to me, happened to you, happened to everyone I know.
yeah, well, for sure. So it's I'm gonna try and do a little bit slower for my standards, and just kind of hopefully
So 4.5 is roughly either minutes per kilometer or minutes per mile. What is that?
yeah,
6.5 minutes per
Yeah, I
kilometer?
think it's. I usually go by miles, so I think it's maybe. Honestly,
10.5?
10.5. I think 10
Yeah.
10 and 15 maybe.
10,
something
15,
like that.
10, 15.
So right around
Yeah,
there, I think.
because 10 would be 4:22.
Okay, yeah.
So 8, yeah. So 10, 20.
Yeah, right
10,
around
15,
there.
20.
So I think it's doable. It's just a matter of see how the legs feel, right? So
Yeah.
it's been the energy too, right? I've heard even Jen Sacco and stuff, like I think she's done the Chicago Marathon, and she said the energy pushes you,
Yeah.
just like there's going to be over 2 million spectators is what I heard, and so it's pretty, it's hard to fathom that many people and all, just cheering you on and kind of.
That's one thing New York was. So Boston, the first, I forget if it's 12 miles or no real spectators because you're in the country, right?
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then maybe 15, then they start, and then they're
Yeah.
packed.
Oh, yeah.
But like New York and Chicago,
Yeah.
you're in the city the whole time.
Oh yeah. So
So-
it brings everyone out, and
Apparently last year was the most well-attended race
no way.
they've ever had here.
Oh wow.
So expect So I talked to a couple people at the
Yeah.
expo because I know nothing about this
Oh
race.
yeah, for sure.
One of the things I was told is the first 3 miles are narrow,
Oh, okay, yeah.
So
it might be a bit slower.
tougher
in
to pass.
Yeah, for sure.
which sucks for me because I'm on a charity bid and I was just assigned a corral. So I think I'm corral H or something.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah.
that's a 350 pace.
Okay, yeah.
So-
So yeah, you might be doing the old Frogger in between.
Yeah, and I hate that. I hate that. But
I had to do that today at the 5K, and it's like it just kind of throws you, for a loop a bit, right? So it's,
Yeah.
And I know it's only a 5K today, but it's just a little bit of wasted energy. Right? That you
yeah,
probably.
when you're trying to not waste energy, it matters for
Oh,
sure.
for sure.
Okay, so you'll be just a few corrals behind me then.
Yeah.
I
So
think.
maybe I'll have to see you in the morning. And
Okay, so the goal is 4:30.
I think 4:30. That's that's what I'm gonna shoot for, and
Enjoy the day.
yeah, enjoy the
Do
day.
you like running with the Pacers?
I actually don't mind it actually, and what I've heard too, because Chicago is the windy city, they say. So, to be in a good group, sometimes the draft, like
I would definitely
you need
draft.
windbreaker.
Yeah, you need windbreaker. If you're listening, Philip Bausk in Denmark.
Yeah. Is he a listener?
I think so because
yeah.
I see one download from Denmark
Oh, really?
every
That's awesome.
episode.
Yeah.
So
I would just send it to him on Instagram. It's,
yeah, I will. I think I should tell him I'm talking about
for
him.
sure. Tell him to spread it with his friends out there.
He taught me the most valuable lesson ever about pacing and wind, the importance of wind breaking. So
Okay.
tomorrow,
Yeah.
have you checked the wind?
I honestly haven't checked the wind yet.
Yeah, I haven't checked the wind, but I checked the weather.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be out. But the wind, back to the wind. If it's windy, find someone.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
We're gonna run behind someone, right?
That's what I hear is it'll help, right? You just
It
kinda,
absolutely does. Yeah.
Because can take a bit out of you, right? When you're battling the wind
For
too.
sure,
and-
for sure.
'cause marathons are hard in general, so it's
Marathons are hard, Charlie. Charlie, marathons are hard.
Yeah.
So temperature-wise, it's gonna be a little hot.
Yeah, it's relatively hot for this
One
time
of
of
the
year, right?
hottest they've had ever here.
No
I
way.
think. Yeah, I think it's gonna be I think it'll peak at 18 degrees.
Okay, yeah, 18 or 19 is what I
Yeah,
seen.
so that's like Boston Boston this year.
Yeah.
Charlie remembers how tough that day. I remember too, but
Yeah.
I ran at 3, whatever. It doesn't matter. But Charlie ran at 3:03, and
Yeah, no, that's
it was
amazing.
a battle for him. So,
So I actually spoke to a guy at a hotel here today. He had the Boston Marathon jacket on.
Yeah.
He said he felt sick just because it was so hot.
Yeah.
He's going for sub 3 tomorrow.
Okay.
And he finished 3:23 at this year's Boston Marathon.
Okay.
Just shows you the heat can play a little bit on the,
Yeah.
at least the original a couple weeks back when we checked the
Yeah, it was
temperature
like 12 or something.
I think it was plus 27. They
Oh,
were
was it?
expecting, yeah. So
Okay.
it was even hotter. So I was like,
Okay.
I'm thankful to see a bit cooler than
Okay.
27 at least. Right?
See, I wasn't checking till
Yeah,
last
yeah.
because I've been so
Oh yeah.
disappointed, depressed about this race.
Oh,
but
yeah. Oh,
now
for
I'm
sure.
excited. Now I'm excited. I'm excited because you know what? Life's way too short
Oh, yeah.
to
Oh, for
lose
sure.
sleep and energy about this. And I noticed myself today.
Yeah.
All I can think about is this race. So I'm
Oh,
at
yeah.
the Buck Hunter World Championships,
Yeah.
and all I can think about is this race. So
Oh, yeah.
that's a good sign. I'm excited.
Oh, for sure.
I'm gonna go.
I got goosebumps.
Yeah,
Just thinking about it, right?
I had them yesterday, too, when I was
look
talking
at
to
it. It's
you.
like it's a special feeling, right? And just having that connection with someone too, and just
Yeah.
sharing stories about running, just chatting about running and life in general, right?
Yeah,
It's
that's what I was texting Ryan. I'm like, Ryan, I gotta get you on the podcast. I like talking about running. I
Oh,
want to
yeah.
talk about running.
Oh,
with
for
you.
sure, and it's an honor that you texted me and invited me on the show. So
Oh no, dude, I'm
I
happy you're
appreciate
here.
you having me on. I tried to convince my wife and her friend. They're going to go see the Shameless house or whatever. So I don't know if you watched the show.
Shame?
It's a show, Shameless. It's a show on Netflix or something like that.
Okay.
But they went to go see that and stuff. It was I really wanted to come on and it means a lot to me, right? Even just to talk a bit about my journey and stuff and the sobriety journey too. And it's
I think
been,
you're inspiring, right? I think you are inspiring. You've been sober 6 years. You're doing the journey.
Yeah,
You're
for
improving
sure.
your times. You're
Yeah.
inspiring others. You're always one of the best guys in the running community in Winnipeg to encourage others. So
Yeah.
I'm thankful
No,
to have
I-
you on our side.
I appreciate the
I think you're gonna have
kindness.
a great day tomorrow.
Yeah.
Who knows if I don't know if 4:30 is gonna cry. I haven't
Yeah.
followed your training enough, but I know you're gonna have a great day.
Oh,
because
yeah.
I know this crowd is gonna carry you.
Oh, for sure.
I know you've done the prep. I know you're
Yeah.
strong mentally. So
No, I'm really looking forward to tomorrow, and whatever the day holds, I'm going to make the most of it, and it'll be special, right? It's just part of the journey of life too. Like you do the things you love, right? So it's hockey, golf, running, making memories, right? That's what it's all about.
We got to get you at the speed golf.
Yeah, I'd be down.
Right. Next year we're gonna.
I know Johnny Mox was saying he had.
Mox is there. Derek, Pagautier, those guys.
Oh, right.
Yeah, they all.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Eh? So I think you did one.
I did one. Yeah, I shot 102.
That's pretty good, but pretty fast. Eh?
Yeah, 40. What was it?
You must have been flying like
40 something minutes. I forget. I actually forgot my time. But 42 minutes. 40 minutes.
That's pretty amazing though. So like to go, how many miles was it overall?
Ended up being 8 kilometers.
Oh, okay.
So 5 miles.
So
you also have to stop.
What was the hardest part, would you say, of the speed?
I couldn't. My clubs were wet.
Oh.
They kept, because I dropped them on the ground.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It was dewy.
Oh, yeah. Because you went early in the morning.
First thing in the morning.
Yeah, yeah.
I had to go ahead of everyone.
Oh, for sure.
Otherwise, you can't.
Yeah. You almost need a towel or something, or maybe even.
I had a towel, but.
Can you have a caddy in that?
No. It was so soaked. Like my club would
yeah,
go
yeah.
flying all the time.
Yeah.
And I was getting so frustrated. So I'd be like 140 yards in.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, perfect wedge.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'd go, and I was so hesitant with my swing because I don't want to lose the club. And I'd shoot it like 80 yards or 100 yards. So I started doing. I started doing like a 7-iron.
Yeah.
Knock down 7s.
Okay.
So I had 7-iron pitching wedge and my driver.
Okay. Yeah.
And
those are good clubs, eh?
Yeah. So I started just knock down 7s from 150.
Okay.
Or
right
from
down the middle, just then sprint up.
But so I shot way better on the back because I took I stopped.
Yeah. Have you done any speed golf since that?
No, I was supposed to go back, but
because they had the speed golf
provincial championship
at the Brokery.
At the Brokery, yeah.
What was the score that
the
won?
winner there? I think Derek shot like. Derek didn't win. I think Pagautier shot 79 in like 54 minutes or something.
Wow. Because he's a good golfer too.
Yeah, he's a great golfer.
Great hockey player too.
Derek had shot 76.
Okay.
In the time we went out together.
Yeah.
76.
76. That's pretty amazing.
Like, 76. Come on, man.
Yeah, that's pretty.
I can't shoot 76 if you gave me 2 balls and I could play scramble.
me and you both. Like,
I love the scramble against him straight up. See if we can beat him.
That'd be fun actually.
I'll run one hole. You run the next.
Next time you
hole.
do the speed golf, let me know. We can.
We'll
make a morning.
And the other thing too is I'm running in. Like I'll run this winter. I go to my parents' place in Marchand.
Okay,
We'll do running clubs.
Yeah, I would love that
on the weekend.
I appreciate the invite the other day. Where were we off to? That we went to go watch the Regina Pats.
But I want to get because I like, as you know, I like hearing about other people and their stories about running. Sure. So I try to rally up some people to run together. Wherever I'm at.
Oh, for sure. So I think that's amazing what you're doing. Just the run clubs and the podcasts and just even everything with CMV too. Right? So it's,
thanks, man.
It's been amazing to see, and it's been exciting. For you obviously to have that amazing news that Rob Canoe had given you too, right? So
thank you.
It's been. I'm sure it's been a long time coming, but it gives me it just makes me feel good to see someone striving, working hard, and kind of trying to do make people's lives better and just doing better for the world, right? So it's we only have one life, and you're doing a great job. So keep up the great work. And
thank you.
It's it's been a pleasure following your journey, the running journey.
Yeah.
And we'll continue in the future, right? So we're just getting started, I think.
We're just getting started. First time on the podcast. Anything else you want to add, Ryan?
No, I think just honestly, for anyone out there that's listening, just keep going day by day, right? Just whether it's life or if you're battling a bad day or something, just realize it's a bad day, not a bad life, right? So just kind of take it one day at a time, and just we're blessed with each day that we have, right? So it's just one of those things, for myself, how good running makes me feel. It's you can't really explain it, right? Unless you've been a runner or you are a runner, right? Because it's like you said, the dopamine and like just what it does to you as a person, right? It's so many benefits, not just health wise, but just for the brain too, and it just feels amazing, right? So it means a lot to me to have for you to have me on today, and I really appreciate it.
All right, exciting times. The Chicago Marathon goes tomorrow. I don't know when we're going to post this episode, but regardless, we're going to post it. 4:30. I'm hoping to do something like a 3:15, 3:20 is what my coach thinks I can do. I will push it though. I will push it. I've decided I'm going to push it.
Yeah. If it feels good.
If it feels good, I'm going to push it. And I got some brand new Vaporflies.
Yeah.
We both bought some brand new. I got to tell that story.
Oh, yeah. This is a good story, actually.
So I'm at the Nike store, and there's a
He texted
lineup.
me before you got in, right?
Yeah,
I think?
like, where are you at? I want cheater shoes.
Yeah, but his autocorrect said, "You got any Chester shoes?"
You're like,
But I knew what he meant. I was like, Chester shoes. I'll look around.
So I wanted to get cheater shoes. I wanted cheater shoes. I wanted the new Vaporflies because you cannot find these things anywhere. You can't find them in Winnipeg. I went to Minneapolis. I went to the Sioux Falls. You just cannot find these shoes. So they had them, and it was the last pair they had in 10.5. So I said, I'm taking them, and it was like it was madness at the Nike store.
It was crazy.
I've never seen anything like that. Like, people lined up as far as you could see to pay and to get stuff. You didn't have to go in line to pay.
Which was nice because if you weren't there, though, I would have went in line, right?
Yeah. So I bought the shoes, and I said, "Hey, is there a way I can just pay for this?" And sure enough, there's a guy going around, and he's taking payment to try to like cut the line out. So I took my shoes, I tried them on. They felt so unbelievable, Ryan. My shoes felt so unbelievable. I'm so excited about these shoes tomorrow.
For sure.
So I was like, all right, I'm buying these right away. I just bought them. I said, I'm buying this. You know what? I'm gonna treat myself. I've been depressed about this injury for too long. It's what you do when you're depressed. You buy shit.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes you got to treat yourself, right? So especially I think you convinced me to get a pair too. So I tried them on, and then they felt amazing. So I was like, tried them on today at the 5K. And I know now why you call them the cheater shoes, right? So they feel amazing, right? So and it was kind of funny though, because it's just kind of just the spur of the moment, right? And just like you said, sometimes you got to treat yourself. And
I go to Ryan. And Ryan goes, "How much are they?" The guy's like, 280 or whatever he says, 280. And I just go to Ryan. I said, "We used to spend that in the bar." Easy in one night, all
couple
the time.
rounds with the boys.
Couple rounds with the boys. That's 280. So you
especially
owe
after a
to
nice win, eh? You win. You win a hockey game. You're treating the boys to.
Yeah, treat the boys to a round. So I was like, you know what? You haven't bought a round of beers for yourself 6 years, in a while. So
now I can
treat
justify
yourself.
it, right? So it's like.
And then, but I felt bad for pressuring you. So I was like, buy the shoes.
Yeah.
Buy the shoes, Ryan. Buy the shoes.
So I'm blaming Rob, Jess.
I'm like, buy the shoes, Ryan. Buy the shoes. Yeah. And he's like looking at them, and I'm like, if you like them, if they fit, if you like them, he's like, I do like them. I'm like, buy the shoes. Buy the shoes.
For sure. Sometimes you gotta do it, right? So life is short, and the things, it's almost like a reward for
you deserve it,
right?
man.
So
you deserve it. You deserve it. All right, so new shoes, both of us wearing the shiny new Vaporfly. What are they called? Next 3s?
Yeah, Next 3, I think, or something.
Vaporfly Next 3s. What I would call the fastest shoe that I've ever worn, for sure.
Yeah.
Like I brought my Vaporfly 2s that I was gonna wear.
Okay. Yeah.
But like these are they fit the exact same way.
Oh, really?
So I knew that my foot would be able to handle it.
Yeah. No, for sure.
And I tried them out today, and I was like, as much as coach tells me I'm not able to run fast, I felt like I could go today. I felt like I could go. Obviously, I don't have the fitness.
And the feeling of the fresh shoes too, right? It's like a nice feeling, especially in this big major marathon tomorrow. So it's gonna be.
There is a chance I might surprise my coach tomorrow. There's a chance. There's a chance. If the hip holds up, if I'm feeling good,
put some BioFreeze on there or something.
Yeah. Yeah, should I?
It might. I've never used it myself, but I hear everyone talking about the BioFreeze. There's
I think some in the kit we got.
I think there is.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't check in the kit yet, so I should check in there.
I haven't either, but I saw through the bag.
Okay, yeah. No, for sure.
So BioFreeze, new shoes, bright and early.
Yeah.
I got a neat setup because I can go to my charity, and they got a building reserved for us for the morning, so I can wait indoors.
That's pretty good.
I got a great setup.
Yeah.
And then for me, finish the race, boom, we're in the RV and we're driving home.
No way. Oh, that's perfect.
Because we want to make it home for Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty special too. Yeah, so happy Thanksgiving to everyone out there too, and
happy Thanksgiving.
Enjoy lots of turkey and pumpkin pie.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like us and subscribe, and go to wherever you watch your podcast. Give us a 5-star review. Write a comment. Oh, that Ryan Bram, he's so funny. I love that episode.
What a handsome gentleman.
What a handsome gentleman. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Chicago Marathon goes tomorrow. Wish us luck. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you in the next video.
Let's go.
Let's go.